So we're now kind of about 5,500 people. We needed access on mobile devices and the ability to kind of get more content out to people quicker. So that kind of led our decision to look for new content. So really, it kind of the focus was business needs.
Probably a couple of things. I think we had other content before that just didn't give us as many options as THRIV content did. So probably the main thing for us was the breadth of different topics that you guys cover in content. We deliver so much as a team, so to be able to have options of e-learning that can support those programs is really good. Also, probably the amount that you refresh your content as well, so the frequency at which you do that. And just our ability to access it. We had a demo at the start, and we felt like we could access the new content really easily. So that was a big one for us. And we just felt like no two modules were the same. We've had feedback from some of our employees that the content's really different for each topic, and it has its own element about it.
What we wanted to do was to make something simple and easy, because people are very busy. So when people are busy, they don't have time for training. But what we want people to do is to engage and get excited about what we have. So we did the launch, and I went through all of the content that you had, that you'd sent us, and we as a team decided on the 5 topics that we would do, which was in sync with Learning at Work Week as well. So we did a lot of Yammer posts and everything else to try and get that sort of drip feeding effect into people, getting them a little bit excited about it coming, the launch and what we were going to do. And then we also included banners and featured courses inside the system. So we really kind of boosted that up. The wellbeing content is just, it's great. It just hits the spot. It's not, I love the there's a one, I can't remember what it's called now, that it's not about counselling and it's not about telling somebody, it's about just having an open ear and not being judgmental. But we really love the links at the end of the content. We think that is really inspiring, but it doesn't close off at the end. It has extra links and support there that people can reach out to. And I think that I've not seen that before. And I think that is really innovative. So we think that's really interesting and really good. People like the bite size, the micro learning, they love that because they can just sit there and do that at lunch. Exactly what you've just said in terms of, you've had a bit of a tough day and say, okay, now do something. We all, anybody I've shown the breathing one to, absolutely love it.
Content's much more current. So the other one covered the basics in terms of business and core skills and those kind of standard topics that you'd probably find a lot of e-learning covers, but it definitely didn't touch upon topics like pride or mental health, or those really topics that have always been really important, but obviously have come to the forefront now as well. So I don't think, had we have run a pride campaign before this, we wouldn't have had any e-learning content to support that, I don't think. So yeah, it's great how much the content is current, and how many different types of topics there are in there.
It's already become pivotal to us. So we stripped out all of the old content. We don't even use that anymore. We don't have the contracts anymore. Our THRIV is our main bulk content on the platform now. And then we've got internal designers, so we're designing our own work, and that's really complemented by the THRIV catalog now. And then that is helping us drive a different way of thinking. So, using the content to drive campaigns as well. So it's kind of just becoming pivotal to everything, really.
Yeah, it's been really, from what I've heard anyway, you guys have probably got different feedback, but it's been great that it's like a sweetie shop almost, that there's just so many options of content on there. Where do they start? So I think the first day we got so many more engagements than we ever did on the old system, which is a great sign.
I think as well, yeah, we use kind of we've switched on ratings within our system for the first time, so all the content is getting rated 4 or 5 stars, which is just kind of helping us. Yeah, it's been overwhelming. I think is a really good word for it. I think it's just the positivity coming from, it's not the system, it's the content that is driving that as well. The system is how we designed it, is more, which we were not able to do with the old content we used and things like that. So our engagement in stuff has doubled really, basically from the launch of our old system to this one. So and that's because we've got really good fresh content that people can keep coming back to.
I think it's been really good right from the start. Really positive. People have come back to us quickly if we've asked any queries. The communication's just been really frequent from the start, I would say. Yeah, and response times generally easy to deal with. So all positive from my perspective.
Yeah, and I think there's a really good level of communication coming from you guys as well. So the Pride content is a great example. It's just, and it's triggering our thinking and what more we can do to sort of publicize, and so a really great kind of level of communication, and we've got new team members and they've been added to the platform really easily. So yeah, really great service actually. Yeah,
it's probably the recommendations on the content, which is probably what we wouldn't have expected from an account manager relationship. It's normally just us, we come to you. So it's nice that we have had recommendations on content, and yeah, it's kind of the next level that we'd like.
The fact that we knew, there was more content to come, and it was committed to kind of a course release a month, was a great thing for us as well, because you can, whilst the content you put it on the platform and then you kind of leave it there, you need to keep it fresh, and keeping people coming back and getting engaged. So knowing that more content is always going to be coming is always good for us. And then how easy it is to access again is just so good.
Yes, I think in short we would. We've as a team, because it's not just 3 of us, there's a lot of us, but as a team we've had a discussion around this, and one of the things that we've come up with is the humanized approach that we get. It's not robotic. You can get through to somebody. It's we've got a connection, and it's a relationship that is building. So we think that really helps with the engaged content, the engaged relationship, cost effective as an organization, easy to upload, as Christian has just said, accessible to everybody.
Absolutely. And I think it's also a kind of there's a bit of the range of content as well. So because it's not just about e-learning, there's there's kind of documents, there's files, there's video content, there's external links. It's just a really good range that is promoted. So we're really positive about it, and we've got a lot of kind of NHS organisations we work with, so we'll be promoting it kind of to anyone we talk to really. So watch out for some more business, I think.